New scientific discoveries in Australia. The land of Australia, a hotbed of scientific discoveries that astound the world. This ancient continent holds within it secrets that date back to the very dawn of time. Before we plunge into the depths of scientific inquiry, let us first explore the intricacies of Australia's complex history, spanning eons of time. For over 65,000 years, the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples have called this land home, imparting upon it a rich and diverse cultural legacy that continues to shape the nation to this day. Australia, with its vibrant cultural tapestry, is not just a melting pot of tradition and innovation. It is a global powerhouse in the realm of scientific and technological progress. The nation's groundbreaking research and innovation capabilities have yielded exceptional results in fields ranging from medicine to agriculture, and renewable energy to cutting-edge technology. Now, let us turn our attention to the scintillating discoveries that have been unearthed by Australia's scientific luminaries. The Marree Man. This enigmatic geolith, called the Marree Man, also known as Stewart's Giant, materialized out of nowhere in 1998, appearing on a plateau at Finniss Springs, some 37 miles, 60 kilometers, west of Marree, South Australia. And it's not just any old geolith. It's massive, depicting an indigenous Australian man in the act of hunting, wielding a boomerang or stick. The figure is a whopping 1.7 miles, 2.7 kilometers tall, with a perimeter spanning 17 miles, 28 kilometers, making it one of the largest geoliths in the world. But here's the catch. Nobody knows who created it or why. The story of Marree Man is shrouded in mystery, and it's been the subject of wild speculation for decades. The outline of the giant figure, etched into the earth, was first spotted by a helicopter pilot who happened to be flying over central Australia. Since then, countless theories have been proposed about its origins, with no one coming forward to claim responsibility for its creation. In 2018, Australian entrepreneur Dick Smith even offered a reward of 5,000 Australian dollars, 2,800 pounds, 3,700 US dollars, for any information about the artwork's origins. But so far, nothing concrete has surfaced. Locals believe the geolith depicts an Aboriginal man carrying a woomera, or throwing stick, in his left hand, but beyond that, nobody knows for sure. What we do know is that the creation of the Marree Man was an impressive feat, with its creators displaying remarkable precision and attention to detail. According to Marree publican Phil Turner, who has closely examined the site, the outline was marked out with bamboo nursery skewers at every 10 meters. And even with GPS technology in its infancy at the time, there were no mistakes. Whoever created the Marree Man was undoubtedly a professional and likely used some form of advanced technology to achieve such a stunning result. Theories abound as to the identity of the geolith's creators, with some suggesting it was the work of American artists, due to the presence of a plaque showing the US flag and Olympic rings at the site, as well as anonymous faxes sent to local businesses and media at the time using US spelling and references. But others have posited that these clues were merely red herrings, intended to throw people off the scent. Potential culprits include local artists, members of the Australian Army, and even extraterrestrial beings. So the mystery of the Marree Man endures, a riddle wrapped in an enigma, defying explanation and leaving us with more questions than answers. But one thing's for sure, it's a fascinating piece of history that will continue to captivate us for years to come. Giant four-legged kangaroos. Scientists discovered a giant kangaroo that once roamed Papua New Guinea and may have actually lived as recently as 20,000 years ago. This incredible discovery is causing a stir in the scientific community, as it turns out this four-legged creature outlasted other large megafauna on the Australian mainland that went extinct much earlier. But how did we find out? Well, a team of paleontologists from Flinders University, along with archaeologists and geoscientists from Australian National University, re-examined megafauna bones from the Nambe rock shelter fossil site in Chimbu province, uncovering a treasure trove of fascinating information. Thanks to some cutting-edge dating methods, they discovered that numerous large mammal species, including the extinct thylacine and a marsupial that looked like a panda, were still present in Papua New Guinea when humans first arrived there, around 60,000 years ago. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Two sizable extinct kangaroo species, one of which was a quadruped, may have survived in the area for a whopping 40,000 years longer. Can you believe it? So what's the explanation for these kangaroos lasting so long? Well, the study's co-leader, Professor Tim Denham, has a theory. If these megafaunal species did indeed survive in the Papua New Guinea for much longer than their Australian equivalents, then it may have been because people only visited the Nambe area infrequently and in low numbers until after 20,000 years ago. This is a tantalizing possibility that has set the scientific world abuzz with excitement. The first true millipede. A brand new millipede has just been discovered and claimed the coveted title of the leggiest animal ever discovered. Eumillipes Persephone, the millipede with over 1,300 legs. This incredible creature was found more than 60 meters underground in Australia, using its massive number of legs to propel itself through the soil. This millipede is not just any run-of-the-mill millipede. Oh no, it's actually the first true millipede ever discovered, with an unprecedented number of legs that far surpasses all other known millipede species. While males of this species have a measly 818 legs, the females are the real stars of the show, with an absolutely phenomenal 1,306 legs. According to Dr. Greg Edgecombe, an arthropod expert who wasn't involved in the discovery, this super elongated millipede is a real feat of evolution. He notes that features like its long antennae are adaptations that have developed in multiple lineages of millipedes, allowing them to navigate through the soil with ease. This groundbreaking discovery has just been published in scientific reports, and we can't wait to see what other incredible creatures the world has in store for us. The Gympie plant. Let's take a look in the world of the Gympie plant, aka the most painful plant in the world. The Gympie plant, also known as the Gympie stinger and giant stinging tree, is covered in silica hairs that act like hypodermic needles, injecting venom into anything that touches it. And let me tell you, the pain is no joke. It can last for days or even months. Recent research by the University of Queensland has revealed that this plant produces a neurotoxin similar to that of a spider or cone snail. And if you're thinking of taking a stroll through the trails of southeast Queensland, you might want to watch out for Gympies. They're known to be particularly abundant in the West Canunga Creek Circuit in the Green Mountains section of Woonungura, Lamington National Park, as well as some of the more popular trails at Cunningham's Gap. During research for the Entwined exhibition, a painting by Ellis Rowan was discovered featuring the Gympie plant. The inclusion of its leaves and berries in a bouquet painting may seem innocent enough, but for the uninitiated, it could be a seriously painful surprise. First ever hybrid shark discovered off Australia. Hold on to your fins. A team of 10 Australian researchers has made a jaw-dropping discovery. The first ever hybrid shark. This breakthrough finding suggests that as our oceans continue to shift and change, some shark species might be interbreeding with each other in response. The scientists identified multiple generations of sharks that resulted from a steamy shark love affair between the common blacktip shark and the smaller Australian blacktip. What's more, they found an astonishing 57 hybrids along a whopping 2,000 kilometers of coastline. This is totally unheard of. Professor Colin Simpfendorfer, one of the paper's co-authors, stated that they don't know what is causing these species to be mating together. They are exploring a range of potential factors, including the two species' close relationship, fishing pressure, and climate change. To add another level of intrigue to the mix, the Australian blacktip usually keeps to tropical waters that end around Brisbane. But the hybrid sharks boldly swam over 1,000 miles south to cooler areas around Sydney. Could this be an evolutionary advantage for the hybrid species as the climate continues to change? Simpfendorfer, who directs the university's Center of Sustainable Tropical Fisheries and Aquaculture, certainly thinks so. This fascinating discovery was published in the journal Conservation Genetics, making waves in the world of marine biology. Black-naped pheasant pigeon rediscovered after 140 years. In a thrilling scientific quest, an expedition to a remote island off the east coast of Papua New Guinea has uncovered evidence of the black-naped pheasant pigeon, a species not seen in over a century and feared to be extinct. The team of intrepid researchers, after scouring the area for a month, were finally able to capture footage of the elusive bird in September. The black-naped pheasant pigeon, which Western science had only known from a type specimen collected on Ferguson Island in 1882, has been shrouded in mystery for far too long. Although a previous attempt to locate the ground-dwelling pigeon in 2019 had been fruitless, the team was able to succeed this time around, thanks to the knowledge and expertise of the local indigenous communities. Their intimate knowledge of the forest was invaluable in helping the researchers track down the pigeon. Finally, on the last day of the expedition, a camera trap provided the breakthrough footage of the black-naped pheasant pigeon, which was nothing short of surreal for the researchers. While little is known about the pigeon, scientists believe that its population is dwindling and that it is facing threats from logging companies and introduced predators such as feral cats. To prevent its extinction, more research is required to understand its population and behavior, as well as launching conservation projects that involve the local residents taking an active role. Oh, the sheer wonder of these groundbreaking discoveries leaves one's mind racing with anticipation for what the future holds. With upgraded technologies and techniques at their disposal, the scientific community is poised to unravel even more mind-boggling mysteries. One can hardly fathom the possibilities. As for which discovery takes the proverbial cake, the options are positively mind-bending. Could it be the hulking four-legged kangaroo that once roamed these ancient lands, striking fear into the hearts of all who dared cross its path? Or perhaps it's the millipede with a mind-boggling 1,300 legs, a true feat of biological engineering that defies comprehension. And let us not forget the Gympie plant, a veritable nightmare-inducing entity that can cause untold agony to those unlucky enough to come into contact with it. But the most mysterious discovery by far is the enigmatic Marree Man, a colossal geometric figure etched into the barren landscape with such precision and scale that it boggles the mind. Its origins remain shrouded in secrecy, leaving us to ponder its true purpose and meaning. What about you? Which of these astounding discoveries captured your imagination? Share your thoughts and reactions in the comments section below. And while you're at it, hit that like button and subscribe to stay up to date on the latest and greatest scientific breakthroughs. And don't forget to share this video with your fellow science enthusiasts.